Hello everyone, this is Lumi, and I'm here to talk about the monthly Humble Bundle of this February. Let's get right into it to not lose any time, and the first major game, the AAA game that has been given out in this Humble Monthly is Alien Isolation. Now the base price, as you can see, is almost 50 euros, and in the Lunar New Year sale, it was actually discounted up till 12 euros 49, which is quite close to the price of the actual bundle, $12, which is 10 euro 72 cents. But that is still below the just the game's price, even discounted. So only for this game, maybe I might say financially, it's already a win if you were really interested in getting Alien Isolation. Now, user reviews are very positive, and it has really an astonishing big amount of reviews. There are few games on Steam that have that many reviews, and all it's 92% out of them are positive. And the reason why is because it's a very good at what it does, it being a horror game and psychologically giving you fear. And there are not many horror games on Steam that are actually that good. There are many bad games on Steam regarding horror genre. And the game is also 20.5 hours long, according to the site How Long to Beat, in the combined fashion. That's when you calculate the time of doing the main quest and some secondary objectives as well. So that's the time I took for this. And 20.5 hours for a solo experience in the horror genre is a lot. So you really get some gameplay time for your money there. And only seeing it objectively for only this game, it was worth it, and that's why it was presented beforehand. We all knew that Alien Isolation would be part of the bundle, and that was one of the incentives to get people to buy the bundle. Now, this is where then things start to become a bit worse, according to my opinion, because the games that came afterwards seem to be all quite little productions, but more so than in the previous bundles. The second game is Titan Souls, base price 15 euros, and on sale it was at 750. So, well, you can see it's not a big production. It's not asking a lot as a base price. Yet it has a very positive review. It's 80% out of 1,000, and some reviews on Steam, which is it's good. It's very good. I mean, I tried the game, and I see how it can become quite repetitive, or how the barrier, the skill barrier at the first is very high, because you need to learn how to basically chain bosses one after another with only one arrow and the skill to bring the arrow back and one hit death. So you need to be very skilled. You need to know what you have to do, and there is no safe or low enemy area in the beginning to actually give you that initial learning progress that you get from other games. So it really just throws you out there and you get smashed to death repeatedly until you figure out the controls, and it can be frustrating in the first 15 minutes of the game. Now, How Long to Beat says it has 4 hours. I believe it could be 4 hours. I mean, it depends on your skill level. If you arrive at the boss, because every boss as well is a one-shot boss, so you just need to find its weakness. So if you are very good and you are very observant, you will be able to bring this 4 hours down by a lot. So small game, but it's good. It wants to be close to Shadow of the Colossus, but in a 2D fashion, and I don't think that it is really possible, because Shadow of the Colossus, because it is a 3D game, really gives you that sense of being tiny, and Titan Souls fails on that because it's 2D, almost from a top-down view, and you don't see the vastness of the universe you're evolving in that much. And when you experience it as boredom, because it's just walking and walking and walking until your next boss. So it might have a very positive review, but I have mixed feelings about the game. Now, the next game was Broken Age. I didn't touch it, I haven't played it yet, and the reason why is because in the previous bundle we got Grim Fandango, which is a point and click, and I was about to finish it before this bundle came out, and I also played the other game of this bundle, which is Dropsy, which is another point and click. So I was quite saturated about it, and I'm fairly adamant that Broken Age is a very good game. I mean, I know where it comes from. Base price 23 euros. It's a reasonable price. It's very heavily discounted at 574. So it's more expensive than Titan Souls, but cheaper with a discount. So it's really something to consider, that it might be an older game, or isn't as pretentious. Now it has very positive 83% out of almost 5,000 reviews, which is very good. How Long to Beat tells us that the combined time is 11.5 hours, which is a very good duration for a game that is a point and click. Now, my only grief with it is that Humble Bundle is relying on too many of the same type of games. Now, with Grim Fandango, Dropsy, and Broken Age, this brings the total up to 3 out of 12 games in 2 bundles are point and clicks. Not everyone can be adamant about point and clicks. And that's 25% of the 2 previous Humble Monthlies are this genre. And I think they need to start varying their offer a bit. Otherwise, people that like me are not that big of a fan of a point and click. They will just shy away then from the bundles, because if you are starting to fill up your library with a genre that you don't play, you don't want that. Even if it is great value for your money, if you're getting 6 games for €3 each, or less even, 1.5 or €2 each. Now, volume, is quite, I guess, an unknown kind of thing. And base price 18 euros. After the sale 12, so small discount. User reviews are very positive, and that's something that I guess they always emphasize in the bundles, that the reviews are very good. Now, this is a very positive review out of 127 reviews. That's hardly representative. I mean, okay, you might say that the 127 people who played it first, they liked it, and I played it, and it is very polished. It's a good type of infiltration puzzle game, but I see that it can become very repetitive after a while if it doesn't innovate along the line. I played about an hour or so, and I mean, 127 reviews. It's almost, sorry for touching the microphone there, but it's almost something that the developer could go and create 100 accounts and create 100 positive reviews. It's not enough to give it value, in my opinion. I mean, to that review kind of very positive result. 127 is not enough for me. So I haven't played it any further, and trying to base your bundle on only games that have positive reviews is a good thing. Now, those positive reviews need also to be considerable. If it is a small sample, I don't see how it adds value to your package. It could be also that one pearl that they find out and bring to us. I mean, I understand, but I expect it to be only one out of a bundle, and you'll see that this bundle has more of it. Now, How Long to Beat says it's 7 hours to finish it, but it was a very small sample. I think like 6 or 7 people only recorded that. So we can see it's a game that has a small player base. And there is some leaderboard, so if you are kind of a speed running freak and you want to have the leaderboards records all over the world for the different levels, you can do it. And one positive thing about Volume is also that they bring out the possibility for community to create their own levels. And so, in effect, you have an infinite amount of levels and an infinite amount of time of gameplay, because you can play the levels from the community, and you can even create your own. Now, if you're a creator enthusiast, this is also going to be great for you. But the problem is, again, if the mechanic is always the same, the game becomes stale. I don't want to be doing the same thing over and over and over, otherwise it's not playing video games anymore, it's working. And that's why I just stuck with Minecraft for so long, because I was hitting rocks over and over and over. Anyway, Panarium. This is the one that has disappointed me the most, because first of all, its base price is 9 euros, and on sale it was 5.39, so not that much discounted. But it its price is not even justified, in my opinion. It doesn't have a online multiplayer. That's just a local multiplayer, and the entire gameplay resides on you looking at an arena that is some platforms, and you get shot at, and you have to pick up stuff and move away. This looks to me like it is a browser type of game, and it's not. I don't know. It just doesn't deserve, according to me, the type of proper game. I mean, it has its original art. It has its. You see, there was some thought that went behind it in the packaging of it all. But the gameplay itself is so minute and gets so repetitive and frustrating quite quickly, because as soon as you get hit, you have to start over the task of picking up X amount of barrels. And I played it for half an hour, and I finished 1/3 of the campaign. And I don't think it is actually a bad thing that it has a small campaign, because I actually don't see the point of this game. It doesn't compel me to play any further. It's not challenging me. I mean, it might be challenging in the sense that I will die and feel frustrated, but it's not challenging me in a sense where, hey, try to be better than this. Because the actual game, to me, it's not appealing. Why do I want to be good at jumping around with the character and avoiding stuff? I mean, just for my own with some AI. I mean, I'd rather just go onto an aim improving site with my mouse and then shoot at some targets, which is for free and took I don't know how much time to developers to make that small Flash program for me to do the same. So, and then again, it has positive reviews, 87% out of 49 reviews. 49 reviews is nothing. I mean, if I'm really adamant and I've created this game and I want to get it out and I want some positive reviews, I mean, I would then also go and create different accounts and create positive reviews about my game. And then for €9, this game is not worth it. I mean, the amount of work that went into it might be worth those €9, or the creators feel like they deserve that. But the product that came out is something that I don't care. It's like you are designing, I don't know, a spoon, and then you make the package so beautiful and so intricately designed, and then you're asking for one single metal spoon, you're asking €10. And you're like, no, the material costs much less to do that, and I don't care about the packaging. I want the function out of it. And this is where this game fails for me. And How Long to Beat says, well, again, with a very small sample, because not a lot of people play this, because it is overpriced for what it is, and there are only maybe a very small proportion of the community who will want to challenge themselves in this kind of way, and for this short amount of time. There is a local multiplayer, but even so, I don't see the point, because I'm not like in Towerfall, matching myself up with other friends and having fun with it. I'm just trying to avoid some projectiles on a static screen where sometimes I can go from one end to the other, like jump from left and come out the right of the screen, kind of like Towerfall, and sometimes it's blocked off. But there is no, I don't see the challenge of trying not to die with a friend. It doesn't make the game more interesting to me because of that, and I think the game ends up being quite boring. And this positive is, I don't know who made the reviews, but I would give it a negative review, or because I wouldn't recommend it. And this is one of the things, because okay, it's positive, we can put it in our bundle. That's how Humble Bundle is looking at it, and it shouldn't be like that. I mean, it's positive, but why is it positive? Let's look how many reviews. Oh, maybe this is not representative. Maybe we wait until we have 1,000 reviews, and then a game that has 1,000 reviews and they are all positive, maybe we can be more certain about what the result is going to be. Now, the other game is Dropsy, and this is a strange one. I mean, base price €10. I think it is justified because it is a point and click, and here the creative effort put into it actually makes sense, because it's something where it is the environment and the immersion that is going to give you the pleasure of playing and go through the story, not like I forgot even the name of it, Panarium, where Panarium is all about just avoiding stuff, playing the game. The gameplay itself is the core. Dropsy is the environment, the story. That's what the point and click compels you. And at first I wanted to not like Dropsy because it looks so weird. It's some weird pixel art. It's weird clowns. I don't like clowns, and uh, it's a bit of a disturbing game if you ask me. But it is. I'd say it is good. I would recommend it, but it's not something I would be going and look for to play myself and buy it on my own, because the game is so strange. It is so from the base out. The character of Dropsy looks kind of repulsive and uh, strange. It's not human. It's something that you don't want to relate to. But the entire story makes it so that characters become endearing to you, and you want you worry about them and you care, and the game makes you care. Although it starts with something so different, so not normal, and I salute that fact. So that's why I think the 95% very positive of user reviews, 342. Again, it's small, but not that small of a sample, and it makes sense. And how long to beat combines is 5 hours. I finished the game in 4 hours, but then again I used um, a walkthrough because again, as I said, there are too many of these point and clicks, and I don't like to be lost in some confusing puzzle that doesn't make any sense to me but made sense to the creators. Just like in Grim Fandango, I was stuck for a while. I didn't know how to proceed because I needed to make that. Attention, might be spoiler alert for those of you who want to play it, but there was some puzzle where you needed to make a metal detector ring without having any objects on you. And there was some drink that contained some uh, gold in it, some flakes of gold. And to me, I'm a chemical engineer. Gold is not magnetic, and metal detectors work according to disturbances in the magnetic field. So it doesn't react to magnetic fields as other things do, and then you would have to drink that, and it would then set off the metal detector. I'm like, gold is not magnetic, so it didn't click for me, and that's why I was using the guide. But anyway, let's try and finish this off quickly. Total cost of these games, without any kind of sale on it, is 125 euros, which is more than the cost of last bundle's game. But curiously, last bundle's games seemed like the best bundle there was. So this seemed to underperform because I assume they went all out on their budget to get people in with their Alien Isolation, which is an awesome game, and then the rest is kind of like, eh, with user reviews that are in the hundreds or lower, and that they think is representative of the game. And well, total cost during Lunar New Year sale was a little less than 50 euros. In any case, you save because the cost of the bundle is 10 euros 72 cents for those $12. And if you're looking at how much you paid and how much total gameplay time you'll get according to how long to beat, it'll be something like paying 22 cents per hour of gameplay. Now, will you have fun all the way through? Well, I don't know. I mean, if you can take some hours off of certain of these games, like if you want to play Panarium or this or that, and I mean, some people might not be even horror fans, so Alien Isolation for them is completely useless. But I mean, would I recommend this bundle to people or not? I'd say one thing, because you could only get it before we knew all of these. So if you are a fan of Alien Isolation and you wanted to get it, then yeah, go for it, because you're definitely getting a good deal only on that game, and then you get 5 extra something that you might not even want to touch or play. But if you own Alien Isolation and it would be a repeat, then I would definitely stay away from this. And now for the next bundle that's coming out, which is Ark, the game that they are advertising. If you want to get Ark and you have been planning on getting it, again I say, yeah, go for it. Get Ark for a cheap price, and the other 5 games might be bad. Because I don't know. This seems like it's now going to be their policy, trying and showing off their strongest game and getting that game to sell them subscriptions, and then not bothering with the rest of the content that they are going to give away. So pay attention. If you are then some of those who really, I don't like Ark, I tried it when it was on free weekend and I don't want to get it, then I I mean we have to wait and see, because we don't have enough samples of what happened up until now, because this February Humble Monthly was the first one of its kind who had one game already previously told and then 5 others showing up. I don't know if there is also some bias here, because if I would have gotten all of the 6 games, then I would have been like, wow, Alien Isolation is great, and then this is a bit better, a bit less, this is a bit less, and then I would like, okay, go in a decreasing order of joy, let's say, of finding what kind of games it is, but having that initial real boost of, yeah, I got Alien Isolation, and then the overall idea of the bundle would be better than what I have now. Because now I got to know about Alien Isolation before, and so I only got to experience some joy or not about the 5 last games that were revealed, which was a bit weak. Now I'm afraid that this will keep on happening, and this is what we'll see over the course of the next months with the next Humble Monthlies that will come out. If it keeps on repeating itself that they are always showing off their best game and then you only get some mediocre things, it's going to be a repeat of what happened with Humble Bundle. You only get it if there is a game that interests you, if there is actually good content. So it's going to be always if that main game interests you or not, and the other 5 is just going to be a bonus. And this is then going to be a repeat, basically, of Humble Bundle, because it's when you get Humble Bundle, those that last 2 weeks, sometimes you have some extra games that get revealed only a week after. So it's kind of the same concept. It's like, hey, we have this game to sell to you for $12. Do you want to get it? Get it now, and then you'll get 5 random games along the line later on. Now, if you don't like it, you won't get it, and people will start subscribing and unsubscribing according to the games they want, instead of having a steady, constant number of subscribers, because there is no way of predicting what will come up, and having like the need to guarantee that you have those 6 games that are of good quality, because you need to reassure every time your subscribers that the next bundle will be of the same quality. Now, they have given up on this, it seems, and they get one good game, they show it off, people decide if they want it or not, and they don't bother that much with the other 5 games. Because it doesn't matter. If they didn't like it, we will have another good game to present to them. Hey, come and get this one for cheap. I don't think this is the right way to go. I much more preferred before, because the 3 previous bundles we got, where we had no indication whatsoever of what the games would be, I was much more satisfied than with this one. I feel like this one has underperformed, and I'm still thinking if I'm going to unsubscribe of the next one or not, because Ark is not really something I'm looking forward to. I'm playing Rust right now because of the previous bundle where we got Rust, and I mean, Rust is great, and it's just another repeat of the same genre, and I'm just trying to see, like, is that game worth it? Because if the next bundle is going to be 5 games, the ones that are not yet announced are going to be 5 games that, again, really don't make me that much enthusiastic about it. Sorry. Then I'm going to only have that single game to fall onto, and basically give myself the excuse of, okay, I bought that game for cheap. Now, if I don't want that game, how do I feel? Like, okay, I didn't want that game in the first place. I'm getting this bundle because I want the other 5 games, and I want them to be great, because I'm not that adamant about the initial game they released. Now, if the 5 other games suck, then I'm kind of like, okay, I wasted my money. And so I need to think about this, and I believe you will do the same. Anyway, I hope you had some more insights on what this bundle was. If you didn't get it, what kind of product they released, they gave away after our subscription, and stay tuned for next month's review of the Humble Monthly, the March edition. Thanks for watching. This was Lumi. I hope this was instructive and you liked it. If you did, click that button and subscribe for the further ones. And see you next time. Bye.